Hello again everybody and welcome back to our Sky Factory playthrough. And a couple things I did change in between videos you'll probably notice right away. I did get some more open block tanks. This one we're going to plan on water. Let's turn off this cobble gen for the time being. I guess I'll touch on this quickly. This is a problem with this kind of dumb cobble gen. It's not really intelligent at all. It just keeps sending cobble and more cobble until it piles up in this. Or in this chest it'll just keep piling up and up. So I do have to kind of manually turn that off and on. But back to the changes. Yeah, I just put some more tanks up. Nothing special there. But this is pretty dang cool that I found out you could do. I've been making obsidian with that thing, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. I have to tear it down every time, pour in a bucket of lava, turn it to obsidian, etc. This is pretty damn neat. This is just a single stone barrel with a liquid duct hooked up to it that's exiting my lava tank. And in the stone barrel it just fills with lava and makes obsidian. So yeah, this is a pretty awesome way to get obsidian that I never knew existed, but pretty damn awesome way to get obsidian that you guys now can use on your playthrough. Let's sleep through the night really quick. And one thing I did run into with my Tinker's setup, which some of you probably knew was going to happen. I kind of knew it was going to happen too. But I just let this thing run on our previous setup, non-stop, not worried about it, just to see what would happen. And yeah, our smeltery filled up with all sorts of alloys. It wasn't pouring out properly. It was just a big mess. So what I did was I simply led that pipe we ran last time, that item duct that was inputting into the smeltery directly. I just led them and separated them with item ducts and servos using the whitelist to have the ores in different barrels. And I have a separate pipe coming off the top that's not connected to our input pipe. Obviously, this output pipe goes straight to the controller. This chest is just here so I can throw cobble or sand or whatever I want to mass produce in the smeltery manually. Like right now I've got cobble burning down into seared brick, or seared stone, excuse me. But yeah, whatever I want to put in there and mass produce manually, I just throw it in a chest, turn the lever on, and it'll just keep pumping straight to the smeltery. But back to this, yeah, it's just simply a whitelist on a barrel for each different ore, and then I control it manually with the lever. So you can leave the lever on all the time, like iron or whatever else won't form an alloy, like iron, platinum, aluminum, whatever you think won't form an alloy, or whatever you know won't form an alloy. You could just leave the lever on full time and it'll just keep pumping in. As long as your output is set up properly, it'll just keep pumping in, turning it into blocks, and there's your resources coming up. So that's one change I made. This is the big change I made. It stops all the alloys from forming and making a mess in your smeltery. So I do recommend sorting them out like this. I don't know, maybe if you're really good at computer craft, you could have some kind of a Lua code set up to properly input into the smeltery. That probably wouldn't be too hard to do. You could have a turtle sitting down there inputting into a chest that injects into the smeltery or something. You'd have to be fairly adept at Lua to do something like that, or have someone else make it. But anyways, back to what we're going to do today is thermal expansion. And we are going to use this lava on magmatic engines. And for that we need Invar. And Invar is made from iron and nickel or ferrous metal. If you're running it through the smeltery, it'll come out as ferrous metal. If you're doing it yourself and you're compressing those blocks and smelting those blocks in a furnace, it'll come out as nickel. So either one, it doesn't matter, they both do the same thing. And it is a 2-to-1, 2-to-1 for iron to ferrous, so we're gonna go with, I think half a stack of ferrous should be good enough. We're gonna need a lot of Invar for this project, so what is it? Should be 8 blocks will give us a stack of iron. Perfect. I have to wait for this silly cobble to go through. I might just clear this out. And make sure your automatic output is disabled, or you have a separate what are these called? Casting basin for your Invar. I'm going to be draining the Invar manually, so I'm just going to stop this from happening for the time being. We have a lot of cobble built up into the pipe, that's why it keeps flowing. Now we should be good. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just go to 2 to 1, ferrous to iron. It'll form the Invar blend in your smeltery, and I'm going to be pouring it out myself because I'm not... Well, I don't know. Maybe I should set up a basin for it in the future, but for now I'm just going to do it myself. And after I get this pile of iron smelted up into Invar, these are extra, we'll throw this in here, I will return and we'll start crafting some thermal expansion stuff, mainly magmatic engines and energy conduits and energy cell. And with the conduits, with the conduits, I'm probably gonna skip leadstone and go right to hardened. Because if you hold shift here, you can see leadstone is 80 RF per tick, and that's one engine can output 80 RF per tick. So yeah, we're definitely going to want hardened, and we're definitely going to want redstone in the very late future when we can afford it, because it's pretty expensive stuff to make. You have to get the empty cell, which is electrum. This is silver and gold, plus hardened, which is obsidian and lead. So yeah, this, and then you got to infuse it with redstone. So this is fairly expensive. It's pretty late game stuff. We're going to be going with hardened for our engine output, and then we might go with the small 80 RF per tick stuff to our thermal stuff. So we'll get there soon enough. I'm going to be smelting up this stuff. We'll see you guys shortly. Oh, this cobble is annoying me. This is off, right? Yeah, it is. We have a little bit more stuffed in the pipe. We're going to have to clear that out ourselves. Whoops. Let's get that cobble back in the chest. Okay guys, like I said, I'll be back when my Invar is done forming. Oh, there we go. We already got some forming in the smeltery. Okay, I'll be back shortly. And we are back with our last piece of Invar. Our cobblestone is flowing through again now. Now we're done using it manually. We'll turn on the auto output, let that seared stone go to its home. And let's get cracking with this Invar. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need is magmatic engines. Invar gears, 3 pieces of Invar, a redstone transmission coil, so we're going to need redstone, and I should have a decent stockpile built up by now. So I did change off my activator for dust, because I was running low on the redstone. Nice, we got a lot of diamonds off that gravel too. I was running low in the redstone, so we switch that back off, grab my iron. Let's start crafting this stuff. The coil's fairly simple. Should be 2 pieces, 1 Invar. Or maybe not. Oh, it's a silver ingot. Okay. Let's grab some silver. Silver. Silver, there we go. And now it's time for the gears, which is Invar surrounded by iron. Gonna need 2 of those. And now the magmatic dynamo. What this does is it generates redstone flux with lava. I think it also accepts some other type of hot fluids, as it says hot fluids, but lava is what we're going to be using it for because we do have pretty well infinite lava. Now let's grab some of that clear glass that I haven't really gotten around to showing you guys yet, but we'll definitely use it now. This seared glass is pretty damn cool stuff. You'll see why. Look at that beautiful connected texture. Very awesome. Connected textures. Perfectly see-through. And you don't gotta worry about placing it perfectly like normal glass you're used to using, because you hit it and you get it back. I really like cleared glass. I'm not sure if it spawns mobs. I don't think it does. This is kind of a dark spot. Let's see. Do you spawn mobs on you? I don't think you do. Nice. Don't even have to worry about lighting it up. So the way I kind of want to run my engines is I think I want fluid ducts. Should have some of them left. Yeah, I got a nice pile of them left over. Give me that. Okay, so this is my current output right there. I'm gonna move it to here. Let's make sure I've got nothing in the way. Thank you. Did I get both? I did. Oh, and I did make this area a little bit nicer down here. I got some of these cool cobblestone walls, which is 6 pieces of cobble spread out in the crafting table. So imagine making glass planes. You simply spread your cobble out like you're making a glass pane, and it makes you a cool cobblestone wall. There we go, those are connected. That's odd. I don't know how the hell you placed yourself down there, but it did. I'll throw a servo in there, make sure you're still set for output. Give me some of these covers. Oh, and you do want to have your output set to the bottom layer of your open blocks tanks, because if you have your output set up here, if your tanks ever drop to the next level of the tanks, it will stop pulling the lava out if your output's up here. So to be safe, you should just set it on the bottom. And there we go. Got a nice cover on that. And we'll go all the way up with these. I'm not sure what the final design, if you will, of how I'm going to lay this out will be, but for now we're just going to go straight up, straight to our engine. And we're going to want our engines going this way down the middle. Perfect. So our first engine will connect right like so. We'll just disconnect that one. It doesn't hurt to have it connected, I just don't want it connected. Wonderful, so now our engine is generating power. Redstone flux from lava. And we're at 44. Because it has nothing to use, these engines, they kind of regulate themselves. They won't generate 80 RF per tick when they're not powering anything. It'll fill up its buffer and kind of stop. But when you're using that power, yeah, it'll drain it. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's get on conduits, because we need to send this power somewhere, so we need, let's just search energy. So there's a couple things in this list we will need. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I need glass. Glass and lead. Glass and lead. I'm just going to make as many of these as I can. Actually, we'll go with 1 stack for now. We will be using a lot of these. Mainly because you have to upgrade the leadstone to get to the hardened. It's not like the redstone energy conduit where you can craft them from the beginning with no recipe. These you have to make. And we'll just hook up our engine for now for demonstration purposes. Okay, so shift click on you and we'll run this line. Whoops. Works for me. Run that line down this way. And now we have to connect our engine, so again with the crescent hammer, just give it a tap and our engine should be connected to the line. These do store a tiny bit of power. Whoops. I'm pretty sure they'll store like 80 pretty well. What the line capacity is, it'll store 80. Now that that's done, let's get ourselves an energy cell, somewhere to put this energy. You don't need an energy cell, you can have this connected directly up to your whatever you need power. Your applied energistics, your thermal expansion machines, whatever needs power, you can run this line straight to it. But I am quite a big fan of having energy cells. So here we need a block of redstone, some lead, and glass. Whew, I'm going to be running out of redstone. Block of redstone. Shift click this guy in. Glass and lead. Perfect. There's our frame. Now what do we need for the second? We need to actually form this. So frame, we're going to need to make a redstone, which is out of electrum. Okay, so we need one more alloy. One more alloy. We're just going to form this up and throw it right into the smeltery. Make sure the auto eject is off. Clear up 2 spots here. Okay, so I'll be back when this is done smelting into our alloy. We really don't have too much else to craft at the moment while we wait for this cell, so we'll see you guys shortly. And there's our molten electrum, 4 ingots worth. Start pouring these out. Could turn you back on. Three and 4. How much iron do I have in here? 3 blocks. We'll turn our iron on so it'll fill up after the cobblestone is done moving through. The iron will start moving through, and we can turn on the auto output now. Let that sear stone start draining. Okay, let's get back to our cell. Redstone conduits. And now our cell. We're going to need copper. Copper. Perfect. I might even just upgrade it straight into the hardened. This guy, he only holds 400,000 and he only sends 80 RF per tick, which could be okay for starting, but I'm gonna go right up to the hardened. I'm probably gonna want a couple of these lowly leadstone just around places that only use low power to save on resources. It depends how rich we are when we get around to running our power lines all over the place. And it also depends on what kind of power draw we have in the area. So there we are, right up to the hardened. Hardened cell, where do I want this guy? Why don't we smack it? Right here. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Then we'll run our power lines off of it. We'll put up a little platform underneath using our covers. I love these covers. They really help everything stay a little bit neat. Ooh, I put a double there. That's okay. These things are so cheap and easy to make. We'll leave that side open so we can still access it. Alright, let's run our power right to the cell now. Connected. And just like every other thermal expansion block, blue is input. As you can see, we're getting power. Blue is input. Orange is output, yellow is disconnection. So if I change this to yellow, it's just disconnected. This is outputting it back to nothing, because our engine is generating power, so we'll have that on blue. We'll crank these back up to max. There's no reason not to have them on max. It has redstone control just like every other thermal expansion thing, which is really nice actually. But yeah, we're filling up with power now. But I'm not happy with one magmatic and that lowly 80 RF per tick line, so we're going to upgrade a few of these. Let's get some hardened. Is that the best recipe I have? It is. Let's get 12. I hope that's enough. So I am getting pretty skimpy on redstone right now. And we do have a solution for redstone production instead of waiting for this damn sieve. Knock all this crap off. I have a feeling I'm going to need some more of these. This looks like a much longer line than I thought it would be. Yep, definitely going to need some more. It's going to be really close. I'm one off. I could just move this engine for now, but I am going to get some more engines up here, so there's no point of turning the orientation of that engine. Just make one more set of them. Down to 6 redstone. We should have some more in this chest built up. Let's see. Oh, we got 5 more. Perfect. Now we can have a maximum of 400 on this line, which is actually the maximum of the hardened, so you can see the pattern. Thermal expansion goes for there. Look at, we're drawing it like crazy out of this dynamo. It's nowhere near keeping up. Maximum power output. It will keep making 80 RF per tick. Like there's no low side of it. I mean, as long as you got lava pumping in, it's not going to drop the RF if somewhere can use the power. Okay, so we want to make a couple more of these magmatic dynamos. Let's see, how many I would want 4 more for right now. Four more for now. I need more of these. Do I have enough silver? I do, nice. Whew, my redstone. Well, I've got 3 redstone, so that's all we can make. Do you have any more? I just need 1. See if a piece of redstone pops up. There it is. Now we can have our 4 dynamos hooked up. Well, our 5 with that 1 up there already. And here we go. Let's get these all nice and hooked up. Nice. Look at that. Got a nice block of dynamos outputting all their RFs. All their RFs. Now we're getting some power. Perfect. So off of this, I mean, for now, I'm just going to go with leadstone because it's all I have. And we'll make sure we set the bottom of the cell to output. I think you could tell that I definitely need to get some more redstone coming in before I can go crazy. So that's all we can do is just leadstone for the time being. Now, do I even have enough redstone? I don't think I do. I mean, if I want a redstone furnace, I'm gonna need conduits, or not conduits, coils, and plus an extra. So I need 3 per furnace. Okay, so I need to get some redstone together, guys. I'm just gonna go speed up my sieve by right-clicking on it. Well, I came back a little bit early because one thing I definitely wanted to get going this video. It's not really. Do I have everything I need? I do. It's not really a crazy thing, but it's really kind of a cool thing. It's really kind of a cool thing. Thermal expansion really likes to do this with the Aqueous accumulator and the extruder. So they like to play on vanilla mechanics without abusing them. I already had a servo. Oh well. That's my single piece of redstone I got so far too. That's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Machine frame. Oh, what's the difference here? Huh? Oh, that's steel. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be using steel. I need a piece of gold. 1 piece of gold. Now, where's our accumulator? There we go. We got our machine frame going, and now we are ready to assemble. We need 1 bucket. 1 bucket on the accumulator. Oh, what am I missing? It might just not like to be shift-clicked, so we'll do the ghost image thing. Aha, I'm missing tin. Okay. 2 tin. Coming right up, I think. 2 tin, the servo, and what else? Missing 1 more thing. Glass. There's our accumulator. These things are really neat. We're gonna go down below. I need some stone. Some stone, and pass me, those will do. Now right under this other tank I set up, for no real good reason. I don't really have a good reason for setting it up, other than it'll look cool to have a tank of water beside the tank of lava. So here we want to run some fluid ducts off of here. There we go. Put our accumulator. Make sure the output's set. I think it automatically goes for outputs on every side. Oops. Yeah, we'll go like that. That's fine. You can even open this up so we could see it. We don't need to. Don't need to see it. Slab this off so nothing unwanted spawns up here. I need a couple buckets of water. I'm sure you've guessed what this does already. Many of you probably know what it does too. Like I was saying though earlier, it does expand on vanilla mechanics. So like the extruder is basically a cobble gem without having to mine it. This is an infinite water source. That will fill your tanks for you. Just make an infinite water source around the accumulator. It'll start pumping water out automatically for you at a fairly good rate. What is this? This is like 1 millibucket every 3 seconds. Every 2 to 3 seconds it produces 1 millibucket of water. I'm not sure the exact math, but yeah, now we're gonna have a nice tank of water here for early or easy access whenever we want it. That's something simple I wanted to make. And I'm gonna go back to getting some more redstone so I can fit some more of these cool thermal expansion machines in this video. Alrighty, and we're back after a little bit of holding right click on our machines over there, our sieve actually, just speeding up the activator. I'm just gonna put our next thermal expansion machines just over in this corner for the time being. I might move them around between videos. I am kind of picky about where my stuff is laid out. But for the sake of saving time in the video, I'm just gonna lay them over here. And up we go. That'll do. That'll do for now. Okay, let's make the first basic TE thing that's really handy. And that means no more coal. Oh, we're gonna need some gold. Just give me that. Gimme all the gold. It's really handy, this this machine here. We're gonna make 2 of them just because we will be using them quite a bit. And we should be good. Copper, bricks. Ooh, I don't have bricks. Okay, I'll be back. I need to get some bricks. Alrighty, and I'm back yet again. This time I think I prepared a little bit more for the things we're going to be making. I should have prepared, I know. But yes, here we go with the redstone furnace. Finally, we've got our copper, our reception coils. Reception coils are just, I think those are gold. Yeah, gold and redstone. Let's get our furnaces. Shift click those back in. Here's our 2 furnaces, finally. These are simply normal furnaces, except for they run on redstone flux. Pretty nice, and they can auto input and output. For now, we're just gonna shift click in the middle to clear all the inputs and outputs. We don't have anything fancy set up. I just brought some logs to kind of demonstrate, but yeah, they're smelting away at just about vanilla furnace speed. Nothing crazy like the induction furnace from IC2 or anything like that, but these do run on power. And our hardened energy cell is outputting 400 RF per tick, so we have quite a decent internal buffer. 2 million RF built up in here, ready to go. Oh, and one really nice thing about these TE energy cells, if you shift right click on them, you save all the energy. If you just simply break them, you will break the cells and not save the energy inside. So you can probably imagine some possibilities with remote energy for those guys. But yeah, these are awesome. These will save us from having to burn fuel in our damn furnaces. These are great, and they're very, very automatable with the inputs and outputs. Okay, now that our furnaces are done, we're gonna make the next thing, which is the pulverizer. What am I missing for this guy? Copper. I'm missing copper. Grab some of that copper. Let's get some pulverizers. Just one. I just want one pulverizer. These simply pulverize stuff. Simple as it sounds. They pulverize. And they run on RF, just like every other piece of TE machinery. I had some obsidian here. There we go. I'm just going to throw some obsidian in here because I'm going to need it for hardened glass sooner or later. This is a great example. It just pulverizes, turns it into dust. If you've ever used industrial craft or a macerator or a railcraft grinder, what are those called? Rock crusher? Yeah, rock crusher, that's what they're called. It just pulverizes into dust, which is perfect for a lot of things we're going to need, so great pulverizer is a must-have for us. And the next machine we wanted to make was the induction smelter. I think I have everything I need. Perfect, I do. This guy is like an advanced furnace. That's pretty well it. You have 2 inputs, 2 outputs, so we can make our blend straight in here. Let's see, I can make a nice example right now. Gold and silver. We're going to be making an electrum ingot straight in our smelter. No reason to go through the Tinker's Construct crazy multi-block of awesomeness. Hey, I love this smeltery. It's pretty damn cool, but we only have it just to double ores mainly right now. I've got my iron going through it, and yeah, that's fine. But yeah, like I said, this is mainly for ore doubling, making some cool blocks. It's kind of a pain in the ass to go up here and mix an alloy, and then, you know, this induction furnace, induction smelter, excuse me, does it all for you. Nice, compact, quick, easy. No waiting for it to smelt and then no having to output it. Done. And with this guy we can make steel too, which I kind of want to try and get a piece of steel now. What was it, 4 charcoal and a piece of iron? I can't remember. I'd have to look it up in NEI. I just kind of want to see. Okay, it's making me a piece of steel, which means we can get some awesome Tinker's tools coming up shortly. Give me my steel. Nice, look at that steel ingot. That induction smelter. Welcome in my books. There's our pulverized obsidian. We'll be using that soon enough, don't worry. Okay, and the last final thing I wanted to make was some extruders. Igneous extruders. These things are pretty damn cool. What am I missing? Tin? Do I have any tin? Nope. Give me some tin. I think I have enough mats for 2 or 3 of these extruders. There it is. What am I missing? I have my machine frames. Okay, that's what I'm missing, is machine frames. Okay, so we do have to do a little bit of crafting here. Igneous extruder, machine frames. Do I have everything I need? Nope. Out of iron. Iron, and we got the gold, we got some glass. We got enough. I don't think I have any more glass in there. Gonna have to go up to my chest up here for iron. Yeah, we only have 3. Okay, that's fine. We got blocks waiting. And give me a bit of that glass. Igneous extruder, machine frames, shift click that. I want 3. Thank you. I got enough servos, I don't need to make any. Let's just go straight to the extruder now. 3 of them. These things are pretty awesome, and they aren't dumb. Like this block breaker is pretty dumb, and it's just gonna keep flooding cobble into our pipes, and just keep flooding and flooding and flooding and flooding and flooding. The really nice thing about these extruders, we'll just demo them here. The really nice thing about these extruders is that they're basically a cobble gen in one block. I need a bucket. One bucket, thank you. Give me that back. They're basically a cobble gen in one block. Put some lava and some water in it, it's gonna start cranking out cobblestone. And like I said, these guys are smart. If they're not going to find available inventory space in a pipe network up to barrels or activators or whatever, they'll stop producing cobble. So there's no reason to limit them. It'll just stop. It'll build up its buffer to 64, fill up, and it's done. Which is pretty nice. Pretty awesome little system. And you can see it can make smooth stone and obsidian, but these both take your resources to craft them. I'm not sure how much smooth stone makes. Okay, so that just eats your water, but it keeps your lava. Obsidian will definitely eat both. Obsidian, I think, is 1 for 1. Yep, there we go. Obsidian's 1 for 1. So these things are awesome. These things are really damn cool. I'm gonna be replacing them, replacing my block breaker setup with these extruders in there. And they'll pump us up a lot more cobble than that thing can make, and they'll also be smart about it. I think transfer nodes are also smart about it. Transfer nodes are quicker than extruders, but I like extruders, so I'm going with extruders over transfer nodes. But yeah, guys, I think that'll wrap it up for today. I hope you liked the look at thermal expansion. As you can tell, we do have a lot of room for expansion here and a lot of room to grow. But we got a lot done. We got our energy cell, we got our magmatics. Oh, I don't know if I explained this, but 5 magmatics is, well, obviously 8 times 5 is 40, so that's 400 RF we're producing, and that's a 400 max pipe into a 400 max input cell. So yeah, 5 is the limit for hardened. That's the reason why we went with 5, to max that up. And good, yeah, we got our redstone furnaces going. We can smelt whatever the hell we want. We can automate the hell out of these things too. You can input and output with AE, logistics pipes, whatever mods you're using, whatever mod pack you're using. These things are really basic and great for automation. Pulverizers, obviously what they do is pulverize. Awesome for making dust to make alloys and hardened energy cells, and especially, where are these guys? Item ducts and fluid ducts that aren't opaque are pretty dang cool, because you actually get to see the liquid flowing, the items flowing. I'm going to replace these lava pipes with the clear ones, probably in between episodes. Or maybe I'll save it so you guys can see how you make them, but I'm sure most of you know how. I'll decide on that. Probably going to replace them. They're not that crazy, they're just upgraded pipes and you can see through them. But yeah, like I said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned some stuff about thermal expansion, and basically what this is going to do is allow us to push into, well, you probably guessed it, applied energistics, because now we have a way to power our AE system. So until next time, guys.